Okay. Are we waiting for anyone? No. They just get to start. He gave me a second one. So we have one over here too.
Everything Mike says will be recorded.
Oh no. Okay, so we have some items from the board. First off, we have a voting system that we did today. We're just gonna do it through Slack. I think you all know how to do it now. We'll probably do a better system later. Okay, well in Slack, we're in that member-meetings channel.
Say this like any of us have been given a tutorial on voting in Slack.
Well, you will find out. When we vote, it'll be very clear. But we'll probably do a better system later when we can like have RFID cards and stuff. That way we don't have to manually verify everyone every week and all that crap because it was annoying. But, cool. So we want to talk about 501c3. You guys have questions about it? Do you care?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
501c3.
It means we're a federal nonprofit.
Are we officially?
We are not officially a federal nonprofit. So we've been working hard. We have bylaws now. So like we can look at those bylaws. And so we have them on GitHub now. So everyone can go and look at the bylaws.
You got my name wrong.
Shoot. Did I really?
ARS.
You can't spell the president's name.
I spelled that wrong all the time.
Amazing.
Wait, how do you spell it?
ARS and then CBRS.
You also spelled unanimous wrong.
So somebody else can do the typing now.
Unanimous.
Unanimous?
You know, sometimes I'll put a squiggle red line under those things.
Shut up. Yeah. Anywho, so we have bylaws now. Yeah, I'm a really bad speller. Like that was my anyway.
Bylaws aren't spelled with a U.
So you can look at it. Shut up. They're not spelled with a U. You can look at them and read them. Primarily, we're gonna keep them in Markdown format. So if you want to make changes, we're just gonna make changes in the Markdown, and then I've got a little script that'll convert it to PDF and the other stuff, and just make it all look in HTML so it all looks the same. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, the issues part. If you guys want to make changes to the bylaws, you just make the change that you want to do. Like 11 days ago, I found there's a typo in our bylaws.
No.
Did you put it there?
No, I did not put it there. The lawyers put it there. So all you have to do is come in here and be like, I want to change this to here, and then where it is. And then I'll go and tag it, whether it came from us or it came from the membership. And then when we have our next board meeting, we'll go over these issues and determine if this is something we want to do or not do, a change we want to make, and then we can make that change immediately or reject it, and we'll just reject it and close the issue. So if you guys want to make suggestions to that.
Has this process been written up anywhere?
Nope. I'm telling you right now, that's the process. You just go to GitHub and you submit an issue.
Maybe we should make like an amendments markdown file that includes that documentation that you just verbally
You just
said.
nominated yourself.
You can go ahead and create that as an issue.
Documentation officer.
Yep.
The issue.
I'll document the documentation.
You know, just like put in there, this is what I want it to say. We want it to say this is what we do. Someone just has to write it up and submit it as an issue, and then when we have the next board meeting, we'll add it or reject it. So that's pretty easy. I'll go over the bylaws in a bit because that's going to take forever and it's going to be kind of boring. Continuing on with 501c3, we have a new board now. So we have lost the old board and we now have a new board. Lance Nemus is our president. Yay. Marv is a director, and then I'm a secretary and treasurer. So
What's your secretary outfit?
that's why I wore the B-side shirt. Yeah, so there's that. We don't have anybody else. They're all active board members, so that's super useful. The plan is we will add 2 more board members, and we'll do some voting system in November, and then they'll be added in January. We have not come up with the voting system yet, so you won't find anything like that in the bylaws. But yeah, do you guys have questions with that? Okay. We're going to take meeting notes of both the board members, board member meeting notes, and the members meeting. They'll be kept as well on GitHub. So you can find those under meeting minutes. So right now it's empty, like I created it 2 hours ago. So we'll take, right now John is writing notes of all this, and so we'll take that and look over it, and then we'll add it to this GitHub so that everyone can look at it later. Any questions about that? Nope. Okay. We need, also in our bylaws, we have 3 member types. And we'll go over this in a bit, but specifically we have board members, we have officers, and then we have normal members. You know what? I'll just go. Well, I'll go over that later. But the gist is do you guys know about what the core group used to be? Vaguely. Okay.
That's where all the memory is, right?
Yeah, that's where all the memory is. So what happens, what we're going to do is we're going to take that core group and we're just going to change it to the name of officers, because that's pretty standard in the nonprofit world to call it an officer. And it's basically, we have people that the board elects to a position to fill a role. An example, we could have like a social media person, or someone that schedules classes, or someone that deals with keeping the space clean. We don't have a list of what positions that we need yet, but we need people to fill them. So if you want to help the space, message me, Nemus, or Marv, and then we can probably find a job for you to do. Do you have any comments on that?
Volunteer. We are looking for officers. We will deputize you, and then you'll have authority.
Like if you want things to change, like that's where we can make change. Like
If
the
you
off.
can 3D print the gun, I will give you a badge.
What if I can 3D print a badge? Will you give me a gun?
So if you guys want to do stuff, let one of us know so that we can put you in a spot. I mean, we have to start looking at these positions and filling them before our next members meeting. So it'll probably happen, I don't know, in the next month or so. So hopefully we can get people filled. Also, we have a new website, a finance site. So since I guess I'm a treasurer now, I have to do stuff with money. And I decided that we should publish our finances for everyone to see. So you can find it at finance.801labs.org. And this is all manually entered. This isn't pulling from some nice feed yet, because I haven't done that. But it will give you guys all the info you need to know about our finances. So we've got our balance. This is our bank account and our PayPal. And then this chart here is our in and out. So how much money we brought in that month or lost that month. So this month we brought in a net total of $1,200. This month we lost about $1,000. This month we lost about $500. This month we brought in about 6.5.
Which we immediately spent.
We haven't spent it yet,
But
but we will spend
Oh,
it.
you cut the check.
Yeah. So we also have this. We also got a count of our membership count. So like the website, this will show our current membership that we have this month and the breakdown. And then I'll keep, like right now I've only put stuff in till October, but I'll probably just make this chart smaller and smaller and smaller so we can keep that track for a couple of
Bash,
years.
since you're manually updating that, does
Yeah.
it show any? Oh, okay. So the data available, or does it show when you last updated it?
Nope.
So we know how current.
I mean, this data will available down here will tell you like the last month that it has into it, but it won't tell you when I made the changes. So I only have to make this change once a month, because once that month is over, it's done. So we won't be editing old months, but yeah. Our primary breakdown of members is actually normal members, but we do bring in these five of us bring in a significant amount of money. So like those 5 people here bring in half the rest of the other members. So that's super cool to know. And then there's this page, which is just more crap. Our biggest expense is rent. So that's $2,000 we pay every month. And then this says cable, but it really means internet. That's $172. Other than that, we don't have too many other finance things. I mean, you can look at the breakdown.
For the party.
Yes, except for the party. When the party happens, things look weird. And what I'll do is I'll put those other things into we have a section down here for income. I call it other income. And then I don't break down our expenses because I really only we need to show this. But if you come and look, you can pull CSV. The CSV will contain additional info like other expenses too. And you can look at like how much we spent on party things and stuff like that. But the sad part is for the most part, every single month we lose money. This bump here was Nima's putting in money from the party that we never deposited, like leftover money. And then this here was from a donation from New Cypher for the party. So if we don't have the party, we're always in the hole because we don't have enough members. You guys have questions about the sites, comments, feedback?
It looks great, Bash.
Okay, thank you. I'm at the point where I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna do any more dev on this site. I didn't really do any dev. I just stole it from somebody else. But yes.
That sounds like that works for me.
But it's a Django app, and our main site is Django. And so if somebody wants to combine the two, so they're one complete platform, so a lot of, like the members count doesn't have to be manually entered in every month.
We gotta figure out how we're gonna handle cash-only members because we do have a couple members that probably aren't being represented there.
Right, none of this is represented with cash members. So if somebody wants to do dev work on this, it's open. If you don't care, then I don't care, and this is as good as it'll get.
Good job, Cash Ninja.
Yeah, thanks. Other than that, I'll skip down here. Along with the GitHub, speaking of the site, we now have our Hackerspace code is on GitHub. I mean, it's always been on GitHub, but it got put to the 801 Labs GitHub now. And so if you guys want to actually make changes to the website, here's a repo, make your changes, and then we can talk to Skylar or someone else and actually push those changes.
Yeah, we could do, well, yeah, you just do a pull request and then we could push it.
Yeah.
We'd automate the deployment of the site too.
So, yay. So, like, I heard a lot of people say our site sucks or doesn't look good or things need to be updated. We can now update it. Just somebody has to do it.
Personal problem.
So if you think it sucks, go fix it. You're a hacker. Hack your way. Like, it's right there.
Or you could pay someone to fix it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hire some Indian programmers on Fiverr. What's the policy on intentionally sabotaging?
Well, that's what the pull request is
How
for.
closely are you going to look at those?
Extremely close
really
now.
Shouldn't have said anything, Tim.
Are you gonna do any malware analysis on pull requests?
Yeah.
I can't read your code. I'm not gonna accept it.
Just run this curl pipe back.
If there's not proper documentation, then
Sudo curl, sudo bash.
I put a comment at the top. Curl sudo back.
Not just sudo.
You don't need to sudo a curl request.
Okay, anyways, this is the last thing that the board has, is we want to talk about moving the space. Do you want to take this one, Nemus? Or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can talk about this.
Okay.
So our lease is up in November. You know, it's in November. So we have the opportunity to look for new. Them. If we go somewhere else, it's going to be 3 years. My biggest concern with moving is we actually have fiber pulled here, which we went through a bunch of work with CenturyLink and got sponsorships from CenturyLink. So CenturyLink paid a bunch of money. I think they paid like $16,000 or something like that to pull the fiber here. And so they obviously haven't recovered their money they've gotten off it yet, since we're only paying $150 a month. So if we were to get fiber somewhere else, I doubt CenturyLink would help us. So that's a big thing to consider if you like the fiber, and because we have the option of eventually going to gig network again here if we wanted, if we ever got enough membership.
We could afford it at $500.
Yeah. Yeah, considering I don't know how much money we lose each month.
How much gig is everywhere else too.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you have locations that you want to put for consideration. This is something we'll have to do quickly to make a decision on, I guess after DEF CON. If we decide to, we'll have to go look at spaces and try and prep something. Ideally, you know, we have to consider internet, hopefully something with less homeless people and better parking.
Yeah, Marv has a little doc that he made here of things that he thought were important. If you guys have other things you think are important, we can put it on that list too.
Yeah, you should just put whatever you want
Yeah, you
into
should
that
just
document.
see
Do
the document.
you want to open it up? See
Yeah,
what's
let's
on
look
there?
at it.
That's rapey.
I mean, the rape tunnel is kind of scary.
It's one of the best.
Wait, what'd I just do?
You should hit undo.
Yeah, I fixed it.
You just cleared out whatever tens.
No, somebody else did that. Like
Didn't
somebody.
clear anything, I just moved my cursor out of the visible.
Okay. Anywho, yeah, that's the list that he had.
How does that turkey?
Yeah, so the current space that we have right now, at least the way the lease is, it says 3,200-ish.
I don't think that's right.
So that's what the lease says. I need to look with my wife, but she thinks we're around 2,000 something.
That seems way
Yeah.
Yeah.
Square feet, because we sat down and we measured the entire space and like modeled it up, and if I remember right, it was like 2,300, 400, something like that. I'll have to look it up again. I was gonna do that last night, but I forgot. But anyway, but that's
Standalone would be really nice.
yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
What exactly
I'm
do they
good.
mean by turnkey? Can you explain that?
No actual construction costs.
Gotcha.
Like we don't have to put up walls.
So
or
you
Move
give
in
us
ready.
a key where you move in.
Oh, I think I don't know who created this, but we have a John created a Slack channel that you can join called Location-Scouting. If you have places that you think would be good, like we could put them in there and talk about it.
I'll pin that wish list to that Slack channel so people can see it and add anything they want.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Utah Saint thing too?
You probably have more details on that than I do.
All right. Also, Utah Saint reached out and didn't reach out. I was at one of their meetings and they talked about it, so I had asked more about it. They're kind of interested and they're more willing to go into a partnership with the space, with all the caveats that can come with that. Right now, they pay every month for a storage facility, and Troy was saying that they might be interested in doing a shared space, so taking that money that they pay every month for the storage and then instead giving it to us if they have some space at the location to store their SaintCon gear when SaintCon is not happening. They had a few things that they were requirements that kind of met up with our requirements. Things like they need badge access. They need us to have badge access to the building and not a key, so we can make sure that we limit people who aren't members not sharing their key and stuff. And they would like a loading dock so they can actually load their stuff in and not have to haul it upstairs. Because, I mean, even if we had the space here, they couldn't store it here because they can't get up these stairs. Like, it's not really easy. So that would be important. And right now, they said they're paying around $500 a month for their storage. And so that could be an additional $500 a month we bring into the space, minimum. And so that's something we should talk about. We never agreed to anything. We're like, that's cool, we'll think about it. And so we kind of need to decide if that's something we want to do. If we want to move spaces, and then separately, if we do move spaces, if we want to have Utah Saint share some of the space and then pay us for it.
That'd be cool if the opportunity presents itself. But
Do you have questions about that? Like, is that...
Are they gonna hold events at the place as well, or is it just storage?
So, Troy didn't say anything about events, and I specifically told him that we wouldn't want to just immediately give Utah Saint members access to the space since we had such a large overlap. Then it'd be like, oh, I'm a Utah Saint member, so now I don't have to pay 801 Labs, and then we lose half our members, you know? The thing that he cared about was having access to the space for those who need to go and get items and use them and check them out for the conference.
Yeah,
So
I
see-
think that'd be fine, but if they want, I don't know, we have to figure something out.
Like, honestly, though, if they do events at the space, I mean, that falls in line with pretty much what we do anyways.
Well, I'm just curious.
They weren't thinking of holding like a weekly or a monthly thing or anything. He never said anything like that.
I didn't have a problem with it, I was just curious.
Right. They did say that they have a lot of gear that they use for SaintCon. Like they have a laser cutter that's nicer than ours. They have lots and lots of lock picking stuff, lots of solder irons, things like that during the year, not during SaintCon, as long as we take care of their gear all right, that we could potentially use those items. They wouldn't be open like our items are now. They'd probably be locked, and
Yeah, I
a
didn't
member
think
would
it
have to
be
check them out.
sponsored by a SaintCon person, so
Right.
probably someone who was both.
Right. But they did say that that's stuff that we could get access to. And they have lots of cool stuff that we don't have, like ovens to, I mean, all kinds of cool gear.
Bake ovens.
No,
Yes.
They've got legit reflow ovens.
Reflow ovens. They've got spectral analyzers. They've got all,
Spectrum analyzer.
all kinds of cool stuff.
Seems like a dangerous game once it gets close to SaintCon.
Right. Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, like, people start coming in to gather up stuff for SaintCon and take it to SaintCon. Oh, where's this? Where's that? Where's that? And scatter all over the space.
Well, like I
First time
said,
that happens, they're gonna be pretty pissed.
for someone to use the equipment, they have to be approved by SaintCon,
Right.
and then they have to take full and complete total ownership of that item, and then they are, at the end of the day, responsible for returning it.
I mean, it would be not too bad to have like an inventory and a lockout tagout system.
Just so you guys know, I can't hear any of this in the recording, so the mic would be useful.
So I'll repeat that. I mean, the way I imagine this working is if we were going to use the SaintCon equipment, someone from SaintCon who they have approved from their organization would be the quartermaster of that equipment. I'd also imagine that the equipment couldn't be checked out for more than one day, and it couldn't leave the premise.
Right.
So it would have to be checked out, used, cleaned up, returned properly, put back, and checked in by the quartermaster, and supervised and committed to by someone who is both a SaintCon member and an 801 Labs member.
Which there are many of us that are here that could
Yeah.
do that.
Mhm.
Like, it's a pretty common thing.
And then if those people were not available, then that equipment wouldn't be used, and obviously months before SaintCon we'd have to do an inventory check, and then it would be blacked out.
Right. So it could be cool. I mean, we could get access to some gear, but we'd have to be super careful with it. We can't just leave it out like we do most of our stuff. Any other questions? Okay, so I guess I've got here that we should vote. We're gonna vote and see what you guys think. So we'll have two votes. First, should we look for a location, a new location, or should we stay at the space?
We should look.
Because if we look, like, it's a lot of commitment on us, the board, and then we have to spend our time focusing on that instead of spending our time focusing on other stuff. If we don't look, we decide, no, this isn't going to happen, so we could look at doing things to either improve the space with the money that we could do or other stuff. So I'm going to make that vote in the channel, and then we can call. Does anyone else want to add something before we do that?
You don't have any.
Changing fashion inches handle?
No, that's not a vote.
Sure looks
I
like
mean,
it's on there.
It's not a vote.
Official. It's official.
8 people have voted yes, no one voted no.
If you don't have any alternatives, you can't really consider them. So
But does anyone want to say anything about moving the space? Like,
that's the point. We got to look for stuff to decide if it's even feasible if we're going to move.
Well, we're voting to vote that we're going to vote.
Somebody take this from you.
We're voting if we should spend time looking or just focus on renewing our lease here.
Right. Well, I mean, renewing the thing can't be too tricky, right? Just check a box and you're done.
Well, we gotta negotiate with Crownburger and say, how much rent do you want for the next, do we want to do a 1-year lease, 2-year lease,
That
3-year
might be a
lease?
good time to bring up that square footage anomaly too.
Yeah, I doubt that would change anything though.
Be like, you've been charging us, an extra 30%.
So I'll close the vote in
per
like
square foot."
a minute. So,
Another vote. Oh, there it is.
yep.
So once again, this is on the Slack channel.
So
Should've been
far,
added
there's
to-
9 yeses and no nos,
There's also 8 yeses to change Bash's handle.
and no nos.
I'm pretty sure that motion's gonna pass.
Okay, so we have 2 more who haven't voted.
If we use Discord more, I could.
Who is abstaining? Oh, probably Condor.
I'm just seeing me as a facilitator. I'm just
Okay.
sort of observing.
Does anyone have issues with me closing the vote? All right, so this is pretty much unanimous. It was like 11 people for and 0's no and 2 abstains. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Now we're going to do another one. The poll, should we explore partnership with Utah Saint?
Is that really
Did-
something we can discuss without having an idea if we're gonna move?
Let's burn the bridge
Yes,
when we
because
get
if we choose to move, like
Well,
that's
but if we choose to move, and we're saying that we're
I
gonna
think
partner
we
with
need
Utah
to
Saint,
That will
pick a likely space
fixes where
first,
we can move.
and then we can decide if Saint would work
If
in
the
that
partnership
space.
is-
Well, have we talked about the changes to alcohol requirements? 'Cause we have to do that for the 501c3 anyway, right?
We're gonna go through the bylaws after all this stuff.
I mean that's not in the bylaws.
No, it's not.
So what were?
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So there were 2 major changes. One was for us to partner with St. Con, we cannot have alcohol hosted events without a liquor license. So 801 Labs, and then also when we get the 501c3, 801 Labs cannot be the facilitator of alcohol. So any alcohol in the space has to be brought in and consumed by that person and not shared, and it has to be vetted too. So we cannot serve alcohol at this location, otherwise we are under liability. And then St. Con has asked us if we do partner with them that we not host any alcohol events without having a liquor license.
Which we wouldn't be doing anyways because of our
The
requirement for
requirements for
501c3.
What's the likelihood that we could get a liquor license?
0. In Utah?
In Utah,
Well,
yeah.
there are
Necessarily a
different
liquor
kinds of liquor
license.
licenses.
It's an event license.
Yes.
And Utah Saint only cares because they don't want them to get in trouble if we get in trouble.
Yeah, but
So if we can get a license, they don't care.
yeah, I mean, can we actually get a license?
I
Not
don't
if
know.
you do karaoke.
Not if you do
Do
carry.
we currently do alcohol events?
So I think maybe we should also explore
So-
the possibility of doing that in the future.
Officially, no.
No.
Would this impact the DEF CON party? Would this impact the DEF CON party?
This would not. That's in Vegas, and it's not subject to the same laws.
It's not an 801 Labs.
And it's also a DC 801 event, not a 801 Labs event. Okay. Should I just do the poll or no about
This is for.
so
We
so
can't vote on the Utah State partnership.
so this is
It's a vote
to see if we should even care about it. Like
I don't know that we should even do that. Until we know where we're moving or where we're moving.
so the thing
If
is
we can't find a place that would satisfy their requirements, there's no point in saying,
Well,
let's talk to them.
here's the deal.
Because that's a
This
waste
is a
of
pretty.
everybody's
This
time.
is a
Well, here's the deal. They give us money, and our options open up more.
Do they?
Yes.
I think that they limit us because now you have to find a place that has a fucking loading.
No, exactly. Exactly.
That's limiting us.
Yes.
Not opening up our
Sounds
options.
like your vote is no.
My vote is definitely no for even voting about Utah Saint partnership.
Do
I'm
we have an
saying if
idea?
we find a
Should we
place
vote
that is
if we should
ideal
vote about it?
and it has a loading dock, great. Let's talk about can Utah Saint help us get into said place.
What kind of offset could they offer us?
$500.
About $500 a month.
That's not a whole lot for that much restriction.
How
I
much
mean, it is
space are they
considering
looking
how much
for
membership
storage?
fees we
It
have.
depends
It's like
on
a
what
quarter
else is around.
of what we bring in right now.
Because I mean, this is right.
That's significant in terms of ratio.
It's so the amount that they give us is the amount of 10 members,
And there's only like 20 some.
and there's only 20 some odd members. So it's like doubling our income.
Any place that has a loading dock is going to be
Like,
more.
we could just, right
money,
this
though.
second, we could ask them, actually. Like,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
we could be great friends with them without actually partnering.
That's a really good idea. If you just started to like do all the cons and have a space that did all that, and also doubled as
So the reason we should find out if we care is because that's going to affect what places we can look at, what places like we
But that's
focus
the thing.
on, what
You gotta be
places.
looking for places, go look for places. You know their requirements.
Right.
So, include places that might be fitting their requirements as well. And let's look at the whole range of options and say, okay, we can go here, 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 here. They're all nice central locations for all the members. We care more about our membership than we do about Utah Sync.
Yep. Yep.
So find something that works for the members. If it happens to be somewhere that maybe could work for their storage because it's one level or it has a loading dock, great. If not, then we don't even need to care about Utah Sync partnership.
Right. Exactly.
I
And
kind of agree with his point because, say we find a really amazing place, but it
This
doesn't
vote
have a,
wouldn't stop us
loading
from
dock.
if we
No,
said
but this
yes.
vote is
We don't
stupid
want to
and
say,
pointless because we
no,
don't
we
know
don't
what
want
we're
that
doing.
place
So
because it
we're
won't
wasting
work
more
for them.
time arguing
Yell into the
about the vote
microphone.
than if we just
I'm
vote
You're
yelling
allowed
as
to
much as
yell.
I can. I don't think we can have a good discussion around this at this point in time.
so what vote do you think we're having? Because that's
I
a.
think that we're having a vote to say if we're even caring about Utah Saint Partnership, but who cares? Like,
So you don't care. Like
No,
that's
we-
your vote. Like
no,
I'm not
no, like-
understanding.
Just post the vote and it'll be over.
right, sure, whatever. I'm gonna vote no. That's all I'm gonna say because it's stupid to think about that right now. Saying yes to Utah Saint Partnership. That's basically what we're saying, right?
No, it's
No,
just- you're
no.
open to the option.
We're open to it.
Because some people will just be like flat out, screw Utah Saint. Like those guys are jerks and I hate them. And like it's because if we're gonna shut it down, we can shut it down now or we could keep it open.
So the question is, do we
Shut it.
actually explore a partnership or just tell them, hey, no, we're not interested?
The question I have before that vote would be,
Because it's a pain in
if
the butt to
we do
deal with that.
explore that partnership, are we only going to look at facilities that would?
Right, because they
No.
want a partnership because we have.
No,
it.
we're not
I
gonna-
feel like we just
Or
don't
they want
have
to
enough
partner with
info.
us.
It's
Then
not a
that's
good
fine.
time.
We're
Let's-
not
let's
gonna
table
limit
it.
ourselves because
All
of
right,
Saint
let's just
John.
table it.
I'll table the vote.
We'll just table it.
Okay, we'll table that then. That's good.
I vote that we vote.
We should vote.
I
to vote
second
the
that
vote.
we table the vote.
Should we vote if we table it?
You usually don't have to do a poll. Usually it's just by
I think
Yeah.
someone
You
has to
can't-
make a motion.
Is anyone opposed to tabling Utah Saint for this meeting? I'm well.
Oh, I've got a motion.
That didn't sound like you were opposed though, so.
Okay, we're good. We'll just talk about that later.
Table.
Okay, we'll look at the items that you guys brought up. Who brought this up?
I brought up the first four.
Okay, do you want to talk about the first four? Someone give him a mic.
Five now.
So, the first item, I just wanted to collect all the links that were posted randomly in places and make sure they end up on GitHub with wherever the meeting minutes are from past meetings. Even though they're not technically relevant, there is some good information in them.
Okay.
That was all.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
The next one is, how do people who want to teach a class do so? Who do they talk to?
So you talk to John because he schedules people.
You want me to schedule?
John's
I can schedule. I don't schedule.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as someone finds someone, I just don't have Twitter, so I can't be like, hey, can you teach a class on this? Because I don't do
I'm
social
just signing you up for
media.
Twitter.
So my whole goal in making this a bullet point was just to get something official written down somewhere that says this is the protocol.
I
So
say
that
send an email to board at 801labs.org
okay.
and then we'll forward it to the correct person.
'Kay.
Or you can type it up and open an issue. And
Just find
yada,
some
yada,
way of
yada.
getting a hold of someone. If it's through Meetup and you want to like send a message, like
Well, do we want to do it a specific person? Like, do you guys want to send it to me? Do you want to send it to the board and have them vet it?
I think if
Sit
someone
John
is
up as an
interested in
officer?
in doing a class, we just point them at you.
That's fine.
Would be good.
Yeah.
No matter how they got it to us, if it's an email, if it's a Meetup message, if it's an IRC message, whatever.
Sure. Just have you. Like, I'm in Slack, so if
Yeah.
they want to like direct message
And
me
like,
on
yeah,
Slack.
we should be using Slack for any like
Then, yeah, that's
specifically
fine.
lab stuff.
I'm okay with that. If people want to do that.
Okay. So the official answer is send an email or message John directly or talk to anyone, and John will eventually hear about it, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah. Message me and I'll.
Just as reliable as
Maybe
anything
that's
else
good
we do.
As long as it's officially written down that way.
Yeah.
Yes, because we check officially written down.
Where would you want that official information posted?
GitHub.
GitHub needs to have some sort of
Like,
operations document.
So I've actually got something.
Pub it all, because it's public.
So we've got. I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing.
Don't accidentally delete the GitHub.
That'd be bad.
We've got this 801labs.github.io page.
Go to it. What does it look like?
Doesn't look like anything.
It's
right now.
empty.
It's
We'll
empty.
make it.
It's a waste.
It's completely empty, but we could put that kind of stuff here. So this is docs. So what it does is docs.801labs.org goes to this GitHub repo, and we can put that kind of stuff here.
okay. I'm
Does
in
that
favor
work?
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just needs to be somewhere clear to anyone who looks at it.
So this is more for like documentation on equipment that we have. Shouldn't
It can be
the
both.
meeting information be on the main?
This isn't meeting information though, this is operational information.
Like, how do you schedule a meeting? Here's some documentation on what to do.
How use the equipment,
Okay.
that all would fit
So
under
we
it.
want to put down the GitHub and not the main
Everything should be in the GitHub.
website.
I mean, that's a good idea to put it on the main site too.
Well, just like
Well, I think
how are
we,
we
Well, I mean, you
differentiating
can link to
the?
this docs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we should just link to the GitHub because the main site is not maintained.
Well,
yeah,
how,
I think we could just be like, if you're looking for the center of truth, go to GitHub. I think it should be the
I
center.
mean,
the
do you
first
honestly
pull
think that
request
this is
we
gonna be
put onto the
maintained, though?
website is link to.
I think it's
docs
more
and all
likely
that.
to be
I mean,
maintained.
they're both on GitHub now, so
Yeah.
anyone can commit to either of them.
It's just like it's easy to get, and you commit, and then instantly pull, and then now it's up, and
Just
then.
yeah, like sync it kind
Yeah.
of. So
Okay,
you can go to
just
docs
I
or
was
the
just wondering how we're differentiating the two sources of information. So
I think we just need to match the docs site with whatever thing we're using on the main site.
Okay.
Okay,
Next.
so my next item hinges on us not moving, and that goes back to space improvements. Everything got tabled because we weren't a 501c3 and have no money, but now that we are and might have money, what
We are
space
still not
improvement?
we are still.
All right, then ignore this until we're a real 501c3 and might have income.
okay,
So
table.
we will table this one, but just so you know, we've submitted everything for 501c3 almost. I've got one document coming back from the state, and then I submit that with the application, and then we're done. Like, that's it. There's nothing more for us to do except for
Do we
wait.
have a party when you submit that with alcohol before we're not allowed to have
No,
alcohol?
because he submitted it. Unless
Yeah.
we're saying the
No,
day
no, no, no.
he mails it in.
How does that work?
Everybody brings their own and no one shares.
It's just a
We'll mix
BYOB.
it in the parking lot.
Jungle
You
G.
can bring
Get the
in
trash
what you
can.
want from the mix that we bring.
Okay.
Get the trash
Fill the crown
All right.
with ice.
You want to talk about the next one?
All right, I'm about to start the flame war to end all flame wars. Should member meetings be held on Thursdays or on literally any other day than Thursdays?
What is
Go.
So my
Should
argument,
member meetings be
which
held on
I guess wasn't really popular, is that member meetings, like you want people to vote and discuss about the stuff, and so it should be members and not non-members. So that's why I suggested not to do it on Thursday.
I think
But-
that's why we should have the poll thing. Is that your vote only gets counted if you're in the channel. Basically,
Right. So
as a member.
this is before we decided to do like a whole voting thing.
I think.
So because like before everyone would just vote even if they weren't
Yeah,
members,
then
and
just the meeting.
it just didn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
But you know, if we want to do like a separate voting thing, and we don't care if the public gives us input, then I don't think
Yeah.
it matters.
Public, and
But
honestly,
that's
public input is really nice. Just public voting on decisions. Yeah, like
yeah.
members decide and vote, where public voices. Both of those are good. How we want
Yep.
to operate.
I would tend to agree there.
It gives us a lot more perspectives on what we're doing.
Okay, so do we want to?
I think having public there is very important and useful. The issue I would have is there's so much usually going on Thursdays. Would we all be able to say, hey, we're having a meeting now,
It's worked
and
pretty
we're
We've
not
done it before.
distract-
We've had 50-some people in here and done it just fine.
I'm actually.
We've also
in
had
favor
50
of
some odd
not
people here
Thursdays.
not done so fine.
Wars have happened.
Yeah,
Tim,
That's
do you
all
want to
that
expand on your
They
argument?
definitely happened.
Yes.
Did we get anything done? Not necessarily.
Notes
That's
have
mostly
gotten
'cause we
taken.
didn't have good processes.
No, that is a good process.
Sure.
I mean, I really think that like this meeting is more productive than any members meeting we have ever had on a Thursday.
Are they
Just
supposed to be
because we
productive?
all literally showed up for the purpose of this meeting and nothing else.
Yeah, but how many people didn't show up because it wasn't a Thursday?
If we do it like
Well.
4 times a year and it's scheduled super far in advance and we
Even then,
remind
it's
people,
Just like, at least, can we at least vote on not a goddamn Friday evening?
yeah,
I don't
that's
wanna be
fine.
downtown Friday evening.
No,
and if
my-
I am, I don't want to be here.
My only vote is not Thursdays.
I
Yes.
vote Thursdays.
I think not Thursdays.
So I feel like this should be an actual poll
Okay,
that we can vote on.
Poll it, Mike.
Well,
Alright.
does anyone have any arguments before we go to a vote so that people can make a decision?
So the only thing I
I
can
don't see
think.
anything wrong with Thursday.
Well, okay, so the only thing I could think would be if we want to have the public involved, then we could do, hey, we do the a meeting on Thursday with the public where everybody discusses things, and we table votes until whenever that meeting is,
Well,
in 2 to 3 days later. Or
We don't
whatever.
want to talk about it once.
Couldn't we put the members meetings on the meetup, that way the public can
Yeah.
show up with
They
us?
are.
We can also
Yeah.
do that.
This is open to the public. There's no
Yeah.
reason
Okay.
we shouldn't just do it
So-
on a Thursday.
It's closed.
When it's on the meetup.
No, it's on
Right.
the meetup.
It's
Now,
publicly
I
advertised.
do think from a Thursday, not Thursday perspective, making people come to something that is specifically for discussing the space on a day that they're not normally going to come here means that we do have a much better discussion because it's people who actually give a shit.
I have to agree with that.
It also kind of stops members who don't really care from voting on things just because they happen to be here
Yeah, no derailing.
and then never show up again.
Can we poll it?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
disagree, guys.
Okay, motion to vote then?
This is
Everybody
a
good
fun
motion to
poll.
vote? No other
I
arguments?
second.
Okay, it's pulled. It's on there.
Oh wow, there's a lot more any other days.
I think Pips is losing.
It's,
I mean, as long as it's not
We
a
get it.
weekend for him.
Yeah.
I think
yeah, we
it
just
doesn't
don't
have
want
to be on a
actual
Friday.
day.
We don't want to waste any of our
Just
fun
think,
days.
at the minimum, just Friday sucks. I could have
Yeah.
handled any other day of the week.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
do we all have to
That's
chip
fine.
in and buy you
Not
your drink
Friday.
when we go to eat after tonight? Drown your sorrows.
I mean, that's not a terrible plan too. You know?
All right, Bash, new poll. Should all future members meetings be at 6:30 a.m. on Sundays?
Fuck that.
How about this? How about this? I've
That
got
just shows you truly care about the space, right?
What do you guys think about this
I
poll?
don't
What
even get up for church.
what day should we meet? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any day but weekend, only weekends.
Didn't we
I
already
thi-
vote?
But this is now like choosing a day.
Why
Yeah,
is
this
there?
I don't think it matters. I think it's just
I don't
Why is there no Thursday?
I think on that one you can play it by ear.
yeah. I think
I
you just
say
Just-
let's just play it by
Yeah,
ear.
don't.
Just
put it on
not
a bad
Friday
day.
and-
Look at calendar.
Because there's going to be months where there's a
Yeah.
holiday that's falling on the
I
day
think
that
what
we
we
want it to
should
be.
do
and
is
things like
just
that.
schedule the next members meeting at this meeting.
Exactly.
Put it on the meetup now.
Final
so
agenda
that
item,
everyone
schedule
can
next
plan
meeting.
on
Yeah.
it for
That's
3
true.
months.
We should technically schedule the next meeting at the previous meeting, which we never did.
Also, Monday's gonna be an issue because holiday
Yeah,
D&D night.
D&D.
They could also fuck off into the boardroom.
Yeah.
In a nice,
Four
like,
people
just in
here.
the normal nice sense of fuck off.
I'm just saying.
It's
it's
true,
gonna
the
cause
D&D
issues.
people are super mellow.
Yeah,
I
but
do
the
think-
Smash kids.
I do think that
Wednesday would be.
these
Tuesday's
no
probably
like
the best.
like I'm willing to cancel at any time. Like hackerspace stuff
can't
will
do
always take
Tuesdays.
precedence
Yeah.
No,
over
dude.
the side stuff. So
Smash night.
like
But Smash does actually give us some money.
yeah, but I'm just saying like I'm willing to cancel it if that's like the only time and like or if someone needs
Or
to
we
use
just do
some
it on a
space on
Thursday
Wednesday.
and not
like-
compromise the source of our income.
You lost pretty bad, Vince.
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
To be fair,
So-
is this a quorum?
I
of
bet if we
members?
open this poll to the rest of the goddamn public, you are asking everyone who did go to their goddamn meeting.
So how often are we gonna
Let's
do
go took this
members
vote on a
meetings?
Thursday.
Once a
it'd
month?
be great.
So they've been set previously to do them quarterly. Is quarterly enough? Should we do them more? Should we do them less?
I think as we are
That-
going into the 501c3, we probably want to do more for at least that first year, just to get
Okay.
the hang of it and
Monthly.
sort out all the issues.
So how often should we do them? What do you guys think?
I feel like monthly is too often,
Yeah, I think
why
that's a lot
people
of
not bother showing up.
Because honestly,
Well,
we don't get that much stuff done.
If
at
we
a short
if we do bi-monthly,
within a 1 month
then
period.
Yeah,
we won't meet
bi-monthly
again
is
until
as
July.
fast as I would want to see it.
Well, because if all we've got to do is file one more piece of paperwork, then by June, realistically, we're probably going to have federal nonprofit status.
Nope.
What if we just schedule? What if we just
It'll
say?
It'll take a couple months, like at least
Alright,
3 or
then
4. I don't think we'll get nonprofit till September.
Really? You think it's gonna take that long?
Yeah.
Probably.
What if we schedule for July 2nd, Tuesday?
July 2nd, right before 4th of July?
Who's gonna be in town?
Yeah.
Maybe you fuckers, because you're all happy to be
Hey,
here.
July 9th, Tuesday. That would work.
I don't love Tuesdays though.
Well,
bad.
that's why
If
we're
only we
voting
had
on
a
it.
dedicated day where we were all coming to a happy you had locked down your goddamn calendar.
Because you lost.
Fine, I switch my vote.
Okay, so are we officially talking right now about the next meeting? Is that
Yes.
the discussion point?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so that is the current motion.
When is the next
When
meeting?
is the next meeting?
Tuesday, July 9th.
I'm in favor of July 9th.
Sure.
How do you know what you're doing in 2 months?
I have
We
no.
don't.
I have a league that I've joined. An axe throwing league.
An axe throwing
It's
league?
like bowling.
That you can't
It's
skip for 1
sacred.
week, though?
It's like darts.
I don't like to fuck with it.
I mean, we could have a poll to see what day of the week is the best.
Well, yeah.
I feel like
Mondays,
there's
Wednesdays, and
no
Thursdays are going to be
here.
an
We're not
issue.
gonna get
Fridays are
meaningful
going to be an
results.
issue. That leaves Tuesdays.
once every
Saturdays, and
once
Sundays.
every 2 months, like we can move an event. Like that's not a problem.
Easier than darts.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if Smash Ranch is income, you don't want to mess with your income.
I don't know. Tuesday is free.
I would say
so
Monday or
Tuesday.
Tuesday, because D&D, they're small group, they can fit in. I think Tuesday's the best
Tuesdays
time.
are open.
Do we want to move it to Monday?
I mean, it's also true that most members' meetings are not going to take this long. So if it does happen on a meeting, we'll just.
They always take this
Sure,
long.
if we do this bi-monthly or something.
It hasn't even been an
There-
hour.
there
We've had
won't be
ones
that
that went for
many.
3
Yeah, and
hours.
we can always shift D&D around the members' meeting. So Mondays
Yeah, do
are
it earlier
probably
or later.
fine.
Yeah, D&D doesn't matter.
Or just do it on Tuesday. Whatever.
I mean, so what are we thinking? The
8th or 15th.
I think most of the people there are unemployed.
Let's
What?
do the 8th.
how do you guys feel about the 8th? Yay or nay?
I'll do the 8th.
I can do the
Hey, for yay and nay, we need a poll.
Yeah, why don't we vote 8th or 9th?
8th or 9th?
Why don't we just put in every single day poll option?
Yeah, let's do every single day.
all
Because everyone's
365.
gonna pick a different.
Alright, I
Put
need
it on.
yeah, you really just need like 3 people to agree with it.
No, just 2 probably.
Okay, there you go. What day should we meet? July 8th or July 9th?
Which one's which? Thursday, Friday? I can't read.
One
Mo-
is
Monday or
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
One is a
Nine.
Monday, the other is a Tuesday.
Eighth is
I
a
believe you
Monday.
can figure it out. Yeah, if you can't, you deserve to be on whatever day you picked.
Who picked that font? Sorry.
Which Google?
No, this is Microsoft.
Can you switch it to Comic Sans?
Yes, but you have to do it
Everything.
system-wide.
Yes.
Windex, all the way.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have 11 people. Now, guys.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
I'm gonna close this poll in 10 seconds. 9, 8,
Somebody better switch.
7,
No.
6,
Son of a
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hate you all.
Okay, so we're
Oh my god, it says Pips involved.
Yes, yeah, no, so you can vote in multiple ones, but I say that anyone who's found in multiple options should get
Fry, you're on multiple
Well,
options.
Cancel themselves out. It doesn't
No,
matter
not-
then. That's the same as not voting.
I thought you were locking it. How is Pip's
Cause I can't lock it.
Alright, someone ban Pips.
You think I can lock this?
Slap his phone out of his hands.
Okay, I'm literally gonna take a screenshot in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done.
Post it to the GitHub.
And obviously, I feel like Like,
keep
if
the
things
info.
come up, we can change this, but
Yeah.
this is kind of
We
like,
got time.
let's set this on everyone's calendar,
Yeah.
and, you know.
If we get close to it and we realize something else has come up.
Okay, Pip.
Exactly. It's not like
Okay, we're
it's
doing the 9th. So the meeting's on the 9th of July.
Hooray! No, 8 has more votes.
No, I don't think it does.
Yeah, you mathed wrong.
Yeah, I put a screenshot. I mean, Pips, you're on both on that screenshot. So you basically count for both. Because counting for both means you don't count for any of them. So, okay.
Okay.
What about this one? Should the meeting be open to the public?
Well, you're kind of saying no if we're not.
They can come. It's not on the same day.
Sure they will.
It's on
people
Meetup.
people come to weird
Is anyone here?
People come to D&D night, so they'll come.
Pips, there are people in this room right now who are not members.
There are?
Yeah.
Who?
Me?
Like, we only have like 11 people voting, and there's a lot more than 11 people in here.
There's 12 in here, and he's a member. He doesn't vote because he doesn't use technology.
Okay. So I guess we'll keep it open to the public. I heard no no's, so we're good. I agree with that too. But make. Oh, do you want to introduce this one?
Someone have the mic? Or I guess, I mean. So, I was talking to Sodar yesterday, and he's also a member of Make SLC. And apparently they're also looking for a new place. And so I thought, if they're looking for a new place and we're looking for a new place, then obviously we stay autonomous, but
What if
share a building.
like one warehouse, very
At this point,
distinctly separate.
No, so apparently,
Because you're gonna have creep. You're gonna have just culture creep, and
because that didn't already happen to 801 Labs.
yeah, I don't see, but I don't know. Do you, Sodar, you want to talk more about what they're doing and like their possibility of looking at the Sears building and all that stuff? I don't know. It sounds like a cool.
So basically,
if we could have 2 separate leases, I would be down for it.
Right.
But I don't want
Yeah,
one
obviously it's still
organization
separate,
having
so.
lordship
Yeah.
on the other.
Mainly just
Yeah.
like we work with them to find a place that both of us can.
Right, exactly, and then you just partition it.
Well,
Yeah.
Because then it'd kind of be cool to have a place where like there's shit going on there.
Couldn't you have representatives of both clubs beyond the lease simultaneously?
No, I think way better to keep them all 100% separate.
I just know that their lease is about to run out, and they're I don't know, they're looking at some pretty interesting big spaces. They're pulling in, I think, like $13K a month.
Jesus.
So
We're making like 3.
No, we're not. We're losing money every month.
and
Maybe we should partner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
think-
they seem to be open to all options. So I didn't know if
And you said they were looking into the Sears building, which is huge.
they are. I don't know what the odds are, but that building is gigantic.
So I don't know, Tim. I know you have some connections.
They
I
are
know.
made entirely of bureaucracy.
Yeah. Do you want to
I
hand the
don't
mic over
want
to
to
him?
deal with that.
Yeah. Do you want to? Do you want to explain your side of the argument about against? and
I
stuff like that?
basically stopped going to Make SLC because all of their like normal weekly meetings were what we're doing now every week, and it drove me insane. So I don't really want to be in some kind of legal partnership with that entity. Maybe they've changed in the last few years, but that's why I left, so be wary of the bureaucracy.
I haven't seen that once since I've been there, but
I mean, also, if we have a lot more autonomy than that, it's not really going to affect us.
Yeah.
I'd be open with us being in the same building with 2 separate leases.
Yeah, separate leases,
There are
preferably like separate physical spaces.
Or just different floors.
There are often, a building that is just totally 100% for rent, and then they'll lease whatever parts you want.
Yeah,
We'll
I
put a
would
line
be
of
open
tape
to
down
that,
the
but I
middle of
don't
the
want
floor,
to
so
have
this is
any
your
legal
side,
connection between the 2.
So I guess basically the motion is to form a committee to talk to them to see if there's some. Yeah, if it's even worth talking about.
I'd be fine with communicating with them.
Yeah. I
Sure.
To engage in negotiation with Make SLC.
We can even use smoke signals. Yeah.
Like, I agree, we should not have any legal binding with them at all. Should be completely separate entities. And in terms of like a building, I feel like that's not
my concern is conflict.
All smoke signals must be made with a douche flute.
So my concern is, I've got to push a button. Where's the fucking button?
Did you not listen the first time?
Okay, so I figured out the button.
Yeah, my poor ears.
Oh, this isn't screamo. Okay.
You have to whisper it sensibly.
Yes. So this is an ASMR session.
Stop.
This is why these meetings take forever.
You need a minute?
So my biggest concern is the possibility of conflict.
That's true. We have pissed off neighbors.
Like, yeah, we don't get along with our neighbors already. And if we're having meetings on the same...
Yeah, but that's why we can't separate, so we can't do anything.
So my thing is if we're sharing a space, we're meeting on the same days or whatever, it'll be cool because you can, like, walk over, say, hey, what are you doing? Oh, that's really cool. I got an idea for that. Okay, that's fine. But there's just the potential to breed some sort of a conflict.
Like they might be cooler than us and still are members.
or yeah, like we could be hurting ourselves out of it.
If you walk into a building and you have two doors, and one of them's Make SLC where they're doing things, and 801 Labs where we can't fucking find our pants.
Not sure why you don't have your pants, but...
Well, I mean, isn't it a rule that you have to wear clothes in space? But
if not, it better be.
But so like, all right. So if we had like completely separate spaces within the same building, that's one thing.
Like if they've got.
That's what we're talking about. I have no.
Legal partnership.
Total logical separation.
But if it was just like an open floor plan or whatever.
I'm just saying if we combine resources, we could probably get a much nicer building than.
There are a lot of buildings that are split. Yeah, there are a lot of buildings that are multiple offices that
I will be their neighbor, and that's
It is intriguing, but we need to know what the
But,
details
you know, I mean, if they're going to steal our members, I mean, they'd be stealing our members anyway, because if you come here and go there, there's a huge difference anyway.
But a lot of
We're
people
just
come
saving people time and disappointment.
They can walk out of here and immediately be there.
I've been to both, and I chose this.
I'll say this much. I've never gone to Make LC because I don't care to look them up. But I looked us up and...
Yeah, I think we cater for a different crowd. We decided a long time ago, especially with the trouble the Transistor had, that we are not a makerspace specifically. We are a hackerspace in the pure sense of hackers.
Mic's off, by the way. Behind you.
So, we decided a long time ago, back when we moved to this place, that we were not going to focus on tools or tool renting or maker type items. I mean, we're welcome to makers, but we are not catering towards them. Our specific goal is to provide information security, computer training, and more technical things, and not so much maker. We do have maker type things like the laser cutter and the CNC machine and 3D printers. They are here and available for members, but they are not for the purpose of they're for the purpose of prototyping. They're not for the purposes of manufacturing or making profit or using for any purpose other than, experimenting or prototyping or playing. So we are more focused on information security, computer security, computer technology. We do dabble in hardware and stuff, but our focus is more towards educating in that sense, and we're more non-profit. Is the Make SLC non-profit? Because last I remember, they were trying to figure out some sort of profit.
They're for-profit.
Yeah.
Well, we make $13,000 a month.
Yeah, we are not for-profit, so that in itself is a huge conflict.
Okay, can we throw it up for a vote?
They could donate equipment to us, tax-free.
Or does anyone else want to say something?
I think we should talk to them tangentially.
Okay, so the vote will be: should we engage in negotiations with Make SLC?
Don't say it like that. Say, should we talk to them?
That's the same thing.
No, it's
Negotiations
not.
sound like we've got like money and.
Okay, should we talk with Make LC? Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, it's in the.
Pips.
I don't even know how to unvote that.
You tap it again.
Oh.
I will leave it up to people, not me.
Damn it. Stop doing it. There. Stay.
Okay, does anyone else want to vote, or can we stop? Okay, we're going to stop. So we have 6 yes and 3 no's. So we'll go ahead and talk to Make SLC. Who wants to do that? Like, we'll need a couple of people.
I think Sodar's probably pretty good for it.
Yeah, Sodar should be involved since he's.
Yeah, I think we should get together with him and then get the board and him.
He'll be our
Okay.
emissary.
Is the Make SLC ambassador.
Yeah,
My only concern is we have to, I mean, we shouldn't be helping them make profit.
I agree.
That's not what we do.
Right.
Complete separation, just near enough neighbors that we could wander back and forth.
Separation of church and state, one might say.
We'll share a
That didn't
bathroom.
work.
Yeah, not the city.
Okay.
I was thinking mainly with
So-
That's the joke. Welcome to it.
So APOC, do you want to talk about your item?
So I've been coming for like a month so far.
Button.
Really
Hey.
enjoying the
Bottom.
place.
Mike?
So I've been coming for a month so far. Place is really awesome. Everyone here is really awesome so far. I have heard people complaining about the floors and the messes and things like that. And, you know, some of the rooms are really cluttered. Typically, I don't know about you guys, but at home, spring cleaning is a thing. So I'm just curious if members would be interested in having a day where we get together for just a couple hours and just kind of go through the whole place, organize a little, clean up a bit.
Believe it or not, this is clean.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it's messy, but just to do like a real nice spring cleaning, get rid of things that
Now,
we
for the fact
absolutely
that
don't
you think
need.
that all this stuff is clean is a problem, I think.
So this would be a good opportunity to take care of the e-waste as well.
We could do e-waste too. So if you have like electronics, as long as it's not CRTs, I can take them and get them recycled. And I can get like probably $5 out of it, then I'll just donate back to the space.
So,
But it's like $5.
I don't necessarily think we need to like vote on this, but I think it would be nice to schedule a day so it's on like meetup.
I mean, technically, we're supposed to have a cleanup every quarter. We just never schedule it, so I never do it.
Yeah. So
So this has been discussed pretty much every single member meeting.
Every meeting, yeah.
So let's pick a date.
Let's schedule one then.
How far out do you guys want to do?
Okay, do we want to schedule it right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, motion to schedule.
Okay.
Seconded. We're doing
We
it.
also gotta allocate time for us to have sword fights with things.
Do we want to do it this month or next month?
I would say like the end of this month is probably fine.
End of this month is Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah, that
Beginning
would
of next month?
that would be a good day. To do it.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
I mean, we could do it in actual spring and have the actual spring meeting.
I mean, we.
Spring.
I will
It is
say
now,
I
but
will
if we push
be
it several months out.
not available at the end of this month.
You actually have to like show up. So if you're gonna vote on a day, show up.
Like, I want to clean up, I just won't be available at the end of this month.
27th.
I feel like John cleans up enough.
Yeah, I think
Fair.
John is
John is
exempt.
the reason the place looks like it does now.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Why don't
And
we
not like a
why don't we do the 27th?
The 27th?
Memorial Day.
Not a hoarder pit.
Because
You wanna do it on Memorial
you
Day?
want to do it on a holiday?
Memorial Day?
Yeah, but
I get off.
Does
no
anyone
one's
have
got
a
work.
barbecue that we could bring? We can have.
You think we want to spend our holidays here?
Although,
Do you
okay,
guys
if
want to
we
spend
have
your?
a barbecue here? That'd be
That would be kind of cool to have a hackerspace barbecue.
See,
That'd be
I'm full
kinda
of all
cool.
kinds of good ideas.
Who has an actual barbecue they can bring us?
Well, you can rent that kind of.
I have a. It's small though.
Let's do it Memorial Day then. Clean up and
Well,
barbecue.
why not? Wait, why not just
Crown
do it
burgers
on
like
We're
this.
not bringing liquor into the space.
Why not just do it next week?
They get how much money from us already
What's
anyway?
next
What do you guys? What do you think about doing it on the 18th? It's a Saturday. We could have a barbecue. That way you could still.
Works
What about
for
the
me.
May 18th.
I believe there's a few events around the valley on the 18th.
Yeah, the
people might
18th
be
is
involved
living
in.
traditions, and they will have better food than you. So I'm not coming here.
Yeah, the 18th I will be out in the West.
I don't even know what that is, but
What about
okay.
the 11th?
The 11th.
I'm fine with.
I'm
just not
moving on the
18th.
11th,
The 11th is
so
also the Golden Spike.
Oh yeah.
that's
Oh
the
yeah.
10th.
That's a train day.
Well, the
But
9th
yeah.
through the 12th is.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the 25th?
25. Is 25 good?
Still Memorial
25 is
What
fine
about the
with me.
1st?
My class is that morning, but
Yeah, I'm fine.
which is
25.
here, so I'm gonna be here
I'm
anyway.
thinking like the 4th or 11th.
June 1st? I vote June 1st.
June 1st is also.
Because it seems like every single what's going on June 1st?
No, it's fine.
Wait, actually, June
Well, June
1st is
1st
the
is a
day I
win.
can't do it.
Gotta have it.
Sorry.
That's my wife's birthday, so I'm not showing up.
Okay, June 8th.
Glad that wasn't a.
Wait, what was wrong with the 11th?
I'm glad that wasn't a probably won't or
Golden
might
Spike
not.
event.
Okay, what was wrong with the 18th?
I'm not.
I will be in the West.
I
Other
won't be here.
events. This month is really busy around the valley.
Yeah, this month is really
Yeah.
busy.
This whole month is.
What about the 12th?
It doesn't have to be a Saturday.
That's
does
true.
it?
That's true.
I won't come on the 12th. But that you can come. I
I'm
don't
helping
care.
a friend move on the 12th. I'm moving on the 11th. I'm helping a friend move.
What about just on a Thursday?
Yeah.
No,
No? No.
it
We
does
could
kind of
do-
undo itself.
No.
How about the
Every
third?
time we do
No,
these
I'm gonna be
meetings,
gone
it's
that
an all
week.
day thing.
Yeah.
This
really
is not something we can
It
do in a
needs to be
weekend.
on a weekend.
It has to
honestly.
be on a
Yeah.
Saturday.
Or Memorial Day.
Let's just do it in June.
I like Memorial Day.
June
Okay,
I like June.
June
June
8th.
is so much
June
better
8th.
than May.
June 8th.
Okay, put it
No
on the calendar.
complaints, because no one can think that far ahead.
I'm
I'm
second
not even
June
voting.
8th.
Come on, I can't. Fuck it.
The thing about June 8th, you want to get out of here before about 6:30 because Bicycle Collective is doing bike prom that day, and so they will be blocking off a bunch of streets to the south going towards.
No one cares. Stop running June 8th.
I'm just saying.
Stop running
If you
June
want to
8th.
get home on time,
How do you know about
You
this?
drive through the bikes.
We'll cross that bridge when we get
just
there.
saying.
Okay,
Crash
Don't you
through
vote
that
June
bridge
8th?
when we get to
okay,
We've got lots of time in day.
everyone. June 8th. We'll just do this vocally. Yes or no?
What time do we start?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Okay, good. That's
Or
easy.
what time do we start?
Morning.
We'll do.
The start doesn't matter as much as show up whenever.
Yeah. Get
We'll
here when you
do
get here.
barbecue or whatever around lunchtime.
Yeah, we'll do
Noon.
noon.
Well, no, earlier.
Yeah, I would say 10 a.m.
Marv will get here at like fucking 7 a.m. So just whenever, just show up sometime.
Okay.
in the morning.
All right. All right. I think we're good with that.
Marv gets here at like 6 a.m. with a bottle of cold brew.
That'll be cool. We're gonna do a barbecue. That sounds like a blast, actually. That's a good idea. Okay. Do you want to? This one's you. APOC. Do you have the? What's our last one?
And then the bylaws.
Oh, and then the bylaws. Yeah. I'll make that a separate thing.
Yeah, the key master.
So they kept pulling more keys out. Where are these keys coming from?
Okay, is there anything else other people want to talk about?
Freaking bag of
I mean, that whole gate thing does bring up an issue of, okay, if you are a paying member, how
I think
do
we
you
just
find
need a
out
better
about the
place
gate
of getting
code?
people the code.
Uh,
I think we need.
How do we disseminate information to members now that we are going to be more efficient?
so we have an email distribution list.
I think we need to have a
Sure.
better process for when someone signs up for membership. Like, here's an email with all the information you need,
Yeah,
links,
like a new member
resources.
welcome
Here's the
pack.
The
gate
code is on GitHub.
Yeah, but we
Is it?
Yes.
Actually?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all on GitHub.
Yeah.
The gate code is?
No, the website code.
What is that?
So we can't.
So he's saying.
So you want these upgrades?
Yeah.
You
go
make
use
them.
When someone pays for their membership, do they get any kind of confirmation email
No.
from us? Like any?
No.
No.
Okay.
You get a receipt.
Okay. Yeah.
In
From my credit
email.
card.
From the
I'm
payment
just saying, like,
processor.
so that
And
we
there
have
is
literally
an
nothing
official
when
email
someone
that
signs
goes
up for a membership that's like, thanks for being a member.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay, well, shit. That's the worst.
we
Right?
drastically
Yeah,
need
Pepsi
to
should get
improve
on that.
process.
That's
We should
pretty
give him a
critical.
sticker. Or a lighter.
Mar was here, sticker.
We
I
probably
got
want to create a members site as a repository that is members.801labs.org. And we can code
Well, when we
something
have
up
all these new
for a
toys
repository.
that we want to have when we're a nonprofit, like Google Cloud,
Ad
emails,
blockers.
and,
Yeah, once we have access to something like that,
A
Yeah,
table
we're not even gonna be a
discussion.
nonprofit before the next members meeting, so we're not gonna talk
Yeah,
about that stuff.
table for table.
Table for table.
Okay, is there anything else people want to talk about?
Cash Ninja.
No,
All in favor?
we're not talking about that.
Aye.
No.
Motion succeeds.
the crowd has spoken and we're just going to call you that anyway.
Hey,
Motion
you
to talk
guys
about
on
bylaws?
the board, you could make his official title instead of treasurer the Cash Ninja.
That is now the title of the thread.
Bash Ninja to Cash Ninja.
I motion for a vote for that. Treasurer is now called the Cash Ninja.
You can do this.
Does somebody have a motion?
I have a motion for
The
that.
people have
He
spoken.
can't. So we'll find out in the bylaws. To change the bylaws, it requires unanimous action when there's 3 board members, and I say no.
That's why there's majority. You know Marv's gonna be like, okay.
No, the majority doesn't count until we have more than 3.
Well, I bet you think you could get more people to volunteer if you
If we put that as a carrot.
rename it the Cash Ninja.
I think we need Cash Ninja stickers.
Yeah.
Take his normal profile picture, replace the bash with the dollar sign.
Okay, so
'Kay.
can I sign up for whatever officer position involves doing the least? Yes, you'll be in charge of the least. Alright.
Don't lose it.
Which one of you is the shortest person here?
I don't think it's me. I think it's John.
Maybe cool pop.
I would also like to volunteer
'Kay,
as an officer,
uh,
but I don't know what for.
So would I.
Like maybe operations or
I was
something.
like, they'll
Please
make up
volunteer
a role
on
for you.
Slack so we remember who you are.
Yes.
They'll find something for you to
Yes.
do.
So message either me or Marv or Nemus.
Yes.
Okay. If that's it, we're done with this meeting. So thanks for coming.
The after meeting starts.
There's an after meeting, and
bylaws.
I'm gonna go over all the bylaws and just walk you through them. We're not gonna do any votes or anything. So like the member meeting's done, and then we'll do that. So cool.
Should we do this as a separate?
Yeah, do it as a separate recording.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Adjourned.
Second. All
You
right.
need to gavel.